I was looking at the architecture in place for deepening our bilateral relations further. Fortunately, we have a bilateral political consultation mechanism in place. We've had, we need to have more regular meetings of that. The last meeting did take place in May 2021, and I'm happy to share with you that out of that meeting we have come out with a number of working groups that will work on joint efforts to promote our bilateral relations, particularly in agriculture, in IT, and the industrial sector. And with Sayyid Fakhar Imam Saab, the Minister for Food Security, he is the best person and very knowledgeable in this field of agriculture and food security. That would be of great interest to him. Primarily, we are an agrarian economy and we have a lot to learn from Argentina. Your productivity, the way you have expanded, it is excellent. We do have a trade and economic agreement. We need to fully utilize that. There is a lot of potential to enhance bilateral trade and attract investments. We need to reactivate the Joint Business Council. And I'm happy that there are a representative from the Senate who is also the chairperson of the Climate Change Committee in the Senate, and Zartaj Bibi, who is the Minister for Climate Change, representing the National Assembly. Fortunately, ladies, we have friendship groups in the Senate and the National Assembly, Pakistan-Argentina friendship groups. And there are such groups in Argentine Parliament as well. We need to enhance our parliamentary interaction and use parliamentary diplomacy to further strengthen our bilateral relations. We chose tree plantation simply to amplify the need to tackle the challenge of climate change. I remember in 2009, I was at the Copenhagen COP15 climate change conference. World leaders were gathered there, and scientists spoke about climate change. Many did not pay heed, did not pay enough attention to what they were saying. They were clearly saying, we are moving towards global warming. It will have an impact. This is 2009. And the global leadership in this room should wake up and do something about it. Pledges were made, pledges up to $600 billion, but they never materialized. So that was the lack of seriousness. And today, we can see the adverse impacts of global change and climate change staring us in the face. This year, within regions, we saw drought conditions and we saw flooding at the same time. One region under drought and the other part under flood. You've seen fires in Europe, Australia, and the devastating impact it has had on environment. Fortunately, Pakistan is one of those developing countries that has risen to the challenge thanks to the leadership provided by Prime Minister Imran Khan. He has been conscious and conscientiously he has been leading the campaign from the front through his tree plantation campaign. And I'm glad it is being acknowledged. I was delighted to hear the statement made by Prime Minister Boris Johnson at the 76th General Assembly at the UN, in which he referred to Prime Minister Imran Khan's campaign of his, a 10 billion tree plantation. It's a challenge. It's a challenge for you, Zabtaj, to plant 10 billion trees by 2023. But fortunately, the nation has been mobilized under Prime Minister Imran Khan's leadership. Every institution, colleges, schools, universities, civil society, they've all been mobilized and have been activated to contribute. With this, I think we should be able to somehow mitigate the impact, the adverse impact of climate change. It will have all kinds of, social and political impact. Let me share with you what I see as a political person. The adverse effect of climate on Indo-Pakistan relations. We share glaciers, and the fresh water for India, Pakistan is primarily from our glaciers. And the glaciers are receding at an alarming rate. At an alarming rate. So that means our region is moving from a water effluent to a water scarce region. Now, when that happens, there will be interstate issues on water. And Pakistan, being a lower riparian, will suffer more, obviously suffer more. And I can see that a new factor contributing to tensions. Well, we have enough tensions to our bilateral relations. And within the country, this year, in May, when there was a delay in the glacier melt and the water available to Irsa was not as it should have been, you saw in the newspapers accusations. Sindh accusing Punjab and Balochistan accusing Sindh of water theft. Our share not being given to us. And that interprovincial, acrimony was, being exploited by certain elements, and that is another cause of concern. So climate and the adverse impacts of climate can have, political implications for us as well. But I hope with this effort of tree plantation and this campaign for a greener, cleaner Pakistan, we will be able to face the challenge ahead. On our 70 years of diplomatic relations, well, we have some commonalities. Argentinians and Pakistanis, we have certain commonalities, and hockey is one. Love for hockey is one. We've been competing at the Olympics and at the World Cup level, and people of both the countries love this game. And then passion for polo, your interest. So what we have planned, the next event of our 70 years of diplomatic relations, we are planning a Argentina-Pakistan polo exhibition match at the Lahore Polo Club on the, I think it is the 4th of December in Lahore. I intend to invite the diplomatic corps, parliamentarians and other people from Lahore to be part of that event, and that will further demonstrate how Pakistan wants to move ahead in its relationship with Argentina. You're far, but with new technology, nothing is far. Now we can connect through the video link, and I have started doing that. I've started doing my economic diplomacy through Zoom technology available, which wasn't earlier on, and that has made it a lot easier to communicate. There's a lot we can do virtually now. We don't have to be in person there to put our point of view across. Our parliamentarians can connect virtually and build a better understanding, the people-to-people linkages, which are very important in strengthening our bilateral relations. Excellency, thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for demonstrating that this relationship is important to you.